What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Hurricane Watch. You wouldn't know it, but this is the third time that I filmed this video. Why? Because I just bought this new microphone. The first time I filmed this video, wasn't even plugged in. Alright, not a big deal. So I filmed it the second time. It was plugged in, but it wasn't set to the microphone. Useless. Absolutely useless. So this is the third time. We're going to get it right. So thanks for stopping by. What are we going to talk about today? Well, first we're going to talk about how I bought a boat. And I'm pretty happy about that. All right, it's a simple little 15 foot canoe. We're going to do some fishing in this weekend, hopefully. Going to do a little bit of camping, take the dogs out on the lake. My big boy Zephyr, I don't think he's been into a lake before. He's not a big fan of water, so we're going to see how it goes. But it's going to be fun for the whole family. We're going to enjoy it. So, more importantly, where are we at on our hurricane goals? So, it's the end of Hurricane Watch Week 1. Did I hit my goals? Yeah. Am I happy about it? Yeah, absolutely. What were the goals that I set last week? They were to finish the HTML CSS section of Free Code Camp. And I think that I said that I was going to start the tribute page, but I ended up finishing it. And I'm pretty happy about it. I learned some stuff, got some stuff done. I'm pretty happy about how the week turned out. So, one of the first things that I learned for the week, right? The Hurricane Watch videos are pretty fun. One, I enjoy doing them, and two, they've been good in keeping me on track for my goals. Setting my goal for the week and having an entire week to do it has been really cool. I know that every Sunday I gotta film the second video talking about whether I completed my goals or not, so it keeps me on target, and I like that. More programming related. I learned that taking a break from programming, especially in the early stages of learning, is not good. So what I think happened is that I went pretty hard in the early stages of my learning, and I burned out. So I was working, doing at least 3 hours of coding every night on the week after work, and then I would come home on the weekends and I would do hopefully at least 5 or 6. I'm trying to set some pretty ambitious goals for myself as far as learning this stuff. And I have my boot camp in September, so there's no need to rush. And that's something that I got to keep in mind because the burnout can be real. So keeping myself on target and on track to my goals with the Hurricane Watch weekly vlogs. Don't work too hard. Don't push myself. I've got plenty of time to learn this stuff. I'm not in a huge rush. I do want to be ambitious and stay motivated about my goals, but I don't want to work too hard and lose interest. Another important thing that I learned was that it's okay to Google things. So from the videos and the stuff that I read about programming, especially other self-taught developers, problem solving is important for this job, as well as not needing to know every answer off the top of your head. And then that's okay. Not for a lot of, of course there are going to be some things that you need to know, right? You can't just go to Google for everything, but it's okay to go to Google because there's a lot of resources out there, a lot of good stuff, a lot of communities, a lot of forums, a lot of people who have the same questions that I do. So I did a good amount of Googling and some researching for, the past couple days as I've been doing this tribute page project, and just kind of relearning a lot of the stuff that I had learned previously that kind of slipped away. So those are some pretty important things that I learned this week. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the tribute page. I want to talk a little bit about what I did and how it looks, kind of the method behind the madness, if you get what I'm saying. I do plan on doing a video later this week about the tribute page project itself on Free Code Camp, but for now we're just going to take a look at mine just to kind of show you that I did it, and hey, I'm proud of it, so let's take a look at it. Alright, so right here we're on the main curriculum page. We're going to go ahead and click tribute page, but real quick, check it out. Look at all those check marks, Doc. I did it. I completed the HTML section. I don't know if I spent 300 hours on this stuff. I didn't log this stuff, but I know that it was pretty dry. But I did learn a lot of good stuff. I used a lot of the stuff that I learned here on my personal portfolio website that I made on my own free time, not related to this curriculum. But I'll probably do a video on that in the future once I touch it up a little bit more and make it look pretty good. But I did learn a lot from this section, I will tell you, and I'm happy that I had this as a resource to use, and it's free. So another plug for freecodecamp.org. Obviously, I have 40 subscribers, so I'm not sponsored by anybody. But if I was, I would definitely recommend Free Code Camp. So let's go ahead and take a look. Right here, So right here we have all the requirements for the project itself. So it's got an overview of what you need to do, what you can use on the project. Pretty much use everything you've learned. You can also throw a little bit JavaScript. He says you can use Bootstrap and Sass. I don't really know what those are yet. That's above my level, all right? We're gonna get there someday, but right now we're just using the baby basics, okay? But right here we got our requirements. So there's all these little wickets that you gotta hit to get a 10 out of 10 completion on the project, and they go through a site called CodePen, which is basically a text editor playground. You can use HTML, CSS, JavaScript on there, and I'll show you what it looks like right now. But basically that's what they use. So let's go ahead and take a look at CodePen. Check that out, huh? Ain't that neat? Who's that? That's my RuneScape character, brother. I thought it was pretty funny to use my RuneScape character as my tribute page. One, just because I got back into playing RuneScape right now, and I just thought it'd be funny content for the channel. So I threw him in there, threw a little nod to my boy, Forgetful23. I've had the character for about 15 years, and I know it's silly to kind of say, oh, you use a video game character as your tribute page, but if I go ahead and think about, like, you can attribute a little bit more meaning to this, right? So I've had the character for about 15 years. I made him when I was in elementary school, I think. So this is probably one of my oldest long-standing commitments. You know, even though he's not like the top level or anything like that. I mean, I've off and on playing the game as I've grown up, obviously, but you know, it's a nod to my childhood a little bit. I learned a lot of teamwork, communication, problem solving kind of stuff. But it's effort that I put into something over 15 years of my life, and I've still got it. You know what I mean? So hey, you know, you find the meaning in things that you want in life, and there's a little bit more meaning to this than somebody else might think. But anyway, let's get off the nostalgia train and get back to business. All right, stop goofing around, guys. So this is what CodePen looks like, right? So we got HTML right here, we've got our CSS, and these are just little boxes that you type in, and obviously it comes up right here in the live view. And then right here it's got the JavaScript section. I don't know any JavaScript, so obviously I didn't use it, so I just kind of minimized it, but it's there. They have a lot of really cool options for you to do that kind of stuff on here, but I just stuck to basic CSS and HTML for this. So yeah, it's pretty simple. Type stuff here, shows up here. Right here, this is kind of a cool thing that FreeCodeCamp made for the project. So right here you can see it's got a list of all the projects that you'd find on FreeCodeCamp. So if I click the tribute page right here you got two buttons. You got run tests and you got tests. When I click run tests, it shows up as 10 out of 10, right? That's because I finished the project already, but if you go ahead and click the test button, right here it's going to show you all those requirements that were on the previous FreeCodeCamp page, and as you complete them and you put them in properly into the HTML and CSS editors right here, it'll check them off for you. And if you didn't complete it properly, it would show up in red, and it would have like a little message box showing you what you didn't do and what you need to do to complete that requirement. You get what I'm saying? So it's pretty simple, man. It's pretty cool, and I had a good time doing this. Like I said, I had to relearn a lot of stuff to get this complete and looking pretty. Check out this sweet gradient. We go from a nice green, a nice deep green right here. It lightens up to a little light green up here, and that's pretty cool, bro. Check out right here. Check it out. Do you see that? Do you see that text on the screen right there turning blue and underlined? Why is that happening? Well, it's because of the hover pseudo class. So let me explain a little bit about what that is. So you've got your anchor element, which is basically your element that refers to links, and you put links on the page, and that's in the form of your anchor elements. And CSS is your styling text. So right here I've got my font color set to black and my text decoration set to none. And what that means is if I didn't have that stuff there, you'd see that the link turns purple and is underlined, and that's pretty much the default setting for links on the page. So when you set the color to black, you set the text decoration to none, basically it takes away that underline. It's going to set that color to a nice flat color of whatever you choose. So let me refresh, get it working properly. So right there, you see it goes back to just a normal black with no underline. That's because I set all that stuff right there. So I also set the font size just a little bit bigger than the rest of the sentence, just to kind of help that link stand out a little bit more. But right here, the hover pseudo class, I set the text decoration to underline, and I set the color at blue. So what that means is that every time the cursor hovers over that text, it changes blue and gets an underline effect. So it's pretty neat, man. I don't know. I like seeing that. I like seeing every time that goes off. It's just a little bit of progress. I'm getting better. I'm getting better, and I'm getting better. I'm getting better, and I'm getting better. Right? That's a quote for this video. Okay, take that to the bank, please. But that's gonna be it, guys. Just a quick overview of the project. It was really fun to do. I had a good time relearning a lot of stuff. I feel a little bit more motivated than I was maybe last week or so, being burned out and everything. Just having some time to kind of think about things and get back to understanding why I want to do this. That being said, thanks for stopping by. Hope you got some value out of this. As always, like and subscribe, share with your friends, turn on that notification bell so you can always be updated on the hurricane and what he's up to. And with that, we'll see you next time. Thanks.